Hi, this is Grace Atwood from The Stripe, and today is my 36th birthday, so we are going to talk about 36 things that I've learned before turning 36. So, we'll start with number 36. Wear what you want. You guys, trends come and go, and of course there's things that are flattering or maybe not flattering, but if something makes you happy, that's the most important thing. Number 35, don't take yourself too seriously. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned over the years is that life is short and you should just always have fun and don't take it all so seriously. Oh, number 34 is an important one. If you find comfortable shoes that are also cute, buy them in every color. Number 33, and I think this comes especially as someone who works in social media, digital detoxes are so important. So I try on the weekends to not look at my phone. I'll set aside at least an hour or two every day where I'm not looking at my phone at all and I'm just really focused on being present. Your phone, while it's really important, your phone can also be your worst nightmare. Oh, this is a fun one too. Gossip Girl is still relevant. You guys, I don't know how they did this, but the show kicked off 10 years ago and all of the fashion is still so good. I wish I could just be Serena. I don't know about you, but she's my favorite. And it's really sad to think that I am now twice her age. Oh, a thing that I learned, number 31, is I learned how to cook steak this year, and I'm very proud of that fact. It's all about the meat thermometer and making sure that you have it the right temperature. I also have a grill now. I'm officially an adult. Number 30, do you. I have to say, there's only one of you, one of me, one of everyone. And when you're being yourself, life is just so much better. Be weird, be eccentric, it's fine. Number 29. This is a very embarrassing one. So my favorite sparkling water I've been referring to as Lacroix because I thought it was French. This soda is from Wisconsin and it's pronounced Lacroix. It's not French, it's not fancy. End of story. This one is also important for a different reason. Number 28, put your phone away at dinner. I try and keep my phone away if I'm with other people because not only is it rude, but it distracts from being present and being in the moment and spending time with the people you love. Number 27 is one of my personal favorites. Traveling alone. Traveling alone is the absolute best. If you've never done it before, I can't say enough good things. I try and go somewhere by myself at least once a year, preferably somewhere new. My favorite place to go alone is probably London because I love all the art museums and the galleries and the shopping. But it opens your eyes and you can do exactly what you want to do and not be constrained by what other people want you to do. And number 26, spend your money on shoes and bags. The rest of your outfit can be totally cheap, but if you're wearing a great bag and a great pair of shoes, you're fine. If you're gonna buy something else that's nice, save for a nice watch. A nice watch is so important. And along those lines, this is something I didn't learn till my mid-20s, but pay off your credit cards. I was really stupid when I was younger, and especially when I first moved to the city and was barely making any money, but I will just say, credit card debt will kill you. So pay it off every month no matter what you do. Don't overspend and live within your means. The funny part is I know that people can go into debt with blogging. Blogging is actually what helped me to get out of debt because I was using all of my money from blogging to pay off my credit card bills. And on a lighter note is number 24. Chocolate or a hot bath can cure pretty much anything. Pretty much anything. Add a glass of wine, you're fine. It's gonna be fine. Number 23. If you want to do something, just do it, just start. I think that I, for one, get so intimidated doing new things, whether it's starting a YouTube channel or starting a blog back when I first did it. The thing is, you just have to start. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can always improve and get better. But I just think you just gotta start. Just do it and you'll figure it out along the way. Number 22 is another fun one. Use your fancy stuff now. So this past Christmas, my mom gave me a set of our family silver. So it's really beautiful, fancy silver. You know, you have to polish it. What am I gonna do as a single woman who lives alone with all this beautiful silver? That's something, you know, that you'd get as a wedding gift. The thing is, I just use it every day. Whether I'm eating my salad takeout or just something on the couch, I'm always using my fancy silverware, and it makes me so happy. I think the same goes for other things that you tend to save, whether it's your nice pajamas or the fancy candle. Burn it, because life is short and you should use the good stuff. Face cream, all those things. Just use it. You can always get more. Number 21, dance parties are important, even if you're a bad dancer. So I am probably the worst dancer ever, and when I was younger I wouldn't dance because I didn't want to embarrass myself. I think one of the best nights I had this year was with a bunch of my girlfriends. We had a fun dinner at the Spotted Pig, and then somehow we ended up upstairs, and we reenacted on Instagram that opening sequence from Big Little Lies. And it was probably the weirdest, most fun night I've ever had. I still have the videos that we took, and I laugh every time I watch them. Number 20, if you're at a dance party or just hanging out, skip the sugary drinks. I think the worst part of getting into my 30s is the hangovers that come along, especially with sugary drinks. So I stick to vodka soda, sometimes a little wine, but as tempting as that mojito might be, it's gonna make you feel like shit the next day. Number 19, a little more of a serious one. You cannot rely on other people to make you happy. Happiness has to come from within. If you're not happy with the way that your life is going, no one else is gonna be able to fix it for you. You can't blame that on anyone but yourself, and you have to just work on yourself. I'm still working on myself, but I think that's just something that I've learned along the years and wanted to pass along. Number 18, art makes me so happy. I try and go to a gallery or a museum once a week. Yeah, I find myself calm, more inspired, and just happier. One goal I have for this year is to take a painting class, because I'd really like to, expand my creativity a little bit and just learn a new skill. I don't know if I'll be very good at it, but again, it goes back to one of my earlier points, which is if you want to do something, just start and see where it goes. I might be the world's worst painter, but we're gonna find out. Number 17. And this came, I was talking to one of my friends who has a very large presence on Instagram, and she's one of my favorite people to follow. She was talking about how Instagram has made her realize how boring her life is. And I, on the other hand, was like, no, your life is so awesome. So the lesson here is that we're all comparing ourselves to each other. And I think that we just all need to be a little easier on each other and not compare so much, because everyone's just doing the best they can, and I think when you realize that everyone else is kind of in the same situation you are, it makes things a little easier. Along those lines, while it is wonderful, Instagram can be the thief of joy. So I just take it as I'm looking at everyone else's highlight reel. I mean, the thing of it is of course, it would be nice to be traveling somewhere new and amazing every week, but I'd probably be tired. So I just try not to look at Instagram and compare myself. Number 15, exercise every day. So even if it's just for 15 minutes and all you can squeeze in is, a walk around the block, just getting a little bit of activity makes such a difference. I started doing BBG this month, and I love it because it's only 28 minutes. So I can always manage to fit that in somewhere. Number 14, this is more of just a realization. I love to sleep, and that's fine. I am pretty sure I need about 9 hours of sleep, and I know that sounds terrible, but I get my 9 hours most nights, and I'm happier for it. And something I learned about sleep is that magnesium is wonderful. I've started taking a magnesium supplement before bed every night, and I sleep so much better than I did before. Number 12 is probably something I learned in my 20s. Work hard and be nice to people. That, I think, is the best life advice I've ever received, because if you do those two things, you're gonna be successful. Number 11, when it comes to your wardrobe, edit, edit, edit. I clean out my closet once, twice, probably once a month, once every 2 months. The thing of it is that if you have too much stuff, you're not gonna be able to find what you want, and you're not gonna wear your favorite things. So I am just ruthless with my wardrobe, and I make sure that I'm constantly editing and selling or donating things that no longer work. Number 10 is a little more of a serious one. Time heals everything. If you're going through something hard, it will get better. Sometimes it just takes time. And when things aren't good, just practice self-care and know that it's going to feel better. It just is gonna take some time, and that's all you can do. Number 9 might make me sound like I lack ambition, and I promise you that's not the case. But focus on having a nice life and don't kill yourself at work. Again, life is short. It's important to work hard, it's important to be respected, but at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying your life, what's the point? Number 8, and this is mostly for work, but it can also apply to your personal life, always over-prepare. I'm over-prepared for everything, and I'm much better at my job for it. Number 7 is don't settle. I think, especially as you get older, you just can get complacent or tend to just, you know, if you're relaxed, I'm a pretty relaxed person, settle. I just always want the best for myself, and I'm not gonna settle. Along those lines, number 6 is for my single readers and for myself. It is better to be alone than to be unhappy. And this goes back to settling. You know, I've dated so many people over the past 4 years since my last serious relationship, and at the end of the day, if they don't make you happy, then you need to just move on to the next. And number 5, who cares what other people think? I think, especially as a blogger who's putting her life on the internet every day, I can get really self-conscious and worry that people don't like me. But at the end of the day, if you're happy with who you are and what you're doing, that's the best. Not everyone is. So just do you, be happy with what you're doing, and don't worry what other people think. Number 4, self-care is so important. This is something I'm really learning as an adult, but it goes back to that little message whenever you're on the airplane where you have to put your own oxygen mask on before you can help others. So really, whether that's taking baths, having that glass of wine at the end of the day, just laying low if you're not feeling like being social. You have to take good care of yourself or you're gonna go crazy. Number 3, get outside every day. Sometimes, especially as I work from home, I will lock myself up indoors and just work. Just getting, 10, 15 minutes of sunshine makes such a difference. Last weekend, I was up at Storm King Art Center. My friends and I were riding bikes, looking at art. I've never felt more relaxed or inspired, and it just made me really think that, as city people, we are inside so much, and it's just so important to spend as much time as you can outside. Number 2, this is a little bit corny, but just remember that getting old is a gift and a privilege. So I would just say, yes, the idea of turning 36 years old is a little bit scary. It's an age that I remember when I was younger sounded so old, and I still feel like a child, so it's a little crazy, but I try and remember that I'm lucky to be turning another year older. Along those lines, acting young can slow the process. So I'm probably the most immature 36-year-old you'll ever meet, and I'm proud of that. I'm having a great time. And the last one, number 1, is something that a few of my close friends and I were talking about. The best thing in the world is to be known and to be loved. If you find your tribe of people, those people that know how crazy and weird you are and still love you, you're very lucky. And over the past few years, I've built up a very good group of friends who knows all of my weird quirks and tendencies and still loves me. And I think that's just the best thing in life, the best thing in the world, and consider myself to be so lucky. So thanks for watching. I hope that was fun. I hope you learned a little bit more about me, and I had fun sharing. Happy birthday to me.